Orlana Darkins Drewery is a renowned media, public relations, and event management professional and a Pittsburgh native. The myriad performing artists booked for Pittsburgh events by the Darkins Group include gospel artists and Grammy winners Fred Hammond, Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin, and Vicki Winans. Grammy winner and superstar Fantasia, EGOT winner John Legend, and Grammy winner Esperanza Spalding. Wow. She is a professional speaker, writer, MC, voiceover artist, and a passionate advocate for young people. She founded Darkins Communications in 1994, which expanded as the Darkins Group in 2005. Orlana is the co-creator of the Shyne Awards Foundation, the organization founded in 2007 and dedicated to promoting and celebrating positivity and the achievements of young adults with this signature event. The Shyne Awards and its promotional outfit, the Shyne Network. She is the host and producer of the Mount Ariat Baptist Church online program, Mount TV, and hosted the weekly The Shyne Network radio show for 5 years. She now hosts the O Show with Orlana Darkins Drewery on iHeartRadio media platform. She has long been a voiceover artist for churches across the U.S., including the historic Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, the church home of the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Orlana holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from Penn State University. I have been so grateful to get to know Orlana over the last few years now. She's incredible. And I'm so honored to talk to her about her passion, her mission, and introduce you to the Shyne Award, because that's coming up very soon. Orlana, how are you?
Sarah, thank you so much for this opportunity to chat with you today.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am to get to know the ins and out of the Shyne Awards, and also to get people to know you, because you're incredible and you're the woman behind all this magic. So you make people shine, and I really appreciate it. So where did you even begin with the idea of Shyne?
So the Shyne Awards and just this whole concept of shining, actually, I have to give credit to my husband. He has a job. He still has this particular job where he worked with young people. But at the time, back in the early 2000s, he was working more in the sense of a crisis capacity. So if you saw my husband at your school, that was not a good sign. Something went down at your school. And in his capacity of working with young people and helping them navigate through some difficult situations where they would get their education, this one particular day, something happened at a school. He goes to address it, and really to address one student. On his way to this room to address one student, another quote unquote good student stops him to talk and ask a question. And so my husband's like, I don't have time right now. I have to talk to this other student. And so the good student says, I was thinking about committing a crime like my cousin, because they got him a place to live. They got him a job. He gets to go to baseball games every weekend. And I don't get to do that. And my husband was like, oh my gosh, like, crime pays. And we're not doing anything for these young people who are on the right track, doing the right thing. Now, so when this happens, I am in communications and I'm an event planner. and most of my events were for adults. And they were concerts, conferences, with a lot of the A-list artists that I helped bring in and coordinate, as well as adult award shows. So he started doing all these events for adults and personal development and awarding them and of their accomplishments. And there's nothing happening with kids.
Mm.
And true, but for me, I wasn't in my own. Like I was used to being hired by companies to work on their event. I had never done my own event.
Mm.
So I actually sat on the shelf for about 2 years because I was like, I can't see myself planning my own event. So around, I can't remember the year, but it was the early 2000s. I get this job at a university and it's for a college prep program. And they want me to help with events. So college tours, booking speakers, that whole thing. I'm like, great. So while I'm at this college prep program, I'm seeing some kids that's coming in. They're about to get expelled. Like their GPA is crazy low.
Mm.
And this is like the last stop for them. But I'm seeing these kids with a 1 point, it was like low, like
Wow.
1.8 or something like that, and leaving the program with a 3.5. And for me, that was for me firsthand seeing, wait, where's the fanfare? Like this person turned their whole life around. And for a young person, they're supposed to do that. But for adults, we're supposed to get accolades. So for me, that was my eye opener of really being with kids pretty much maybe 3 times a week and seeing these transformations. So that was my aha moment of, yes, we need to do something for kids. So it was in 2007 that the Shyne Awards was born.
Amazing. And you've been nominating individuals between the ages of 13 to 24, right? So it's not just high schoolers or middle schoolers.
Yeah. So we started in 2007. It was 13 to 19. It was 13 to 19 for years up until about maybe 2021. And we were coming across young people who were just doing amazing things in college. So we're like, we got to up the age. But we started the Shyne Awards in 2007. And really our goal was just to do it one time.
Mm.
Started it in 2007 just to prove a point that there are young people that's doing phenomenal things in Pittsburgh communities. That was it. And then also we wanted to show that mainly because the media doesn't portray a balanced representation of young people, we thought we would provide a public platform that would do just that. Again, one time, prove our point, we were going to ride off into the sunset. And we had it on, in Pittsburgh, we have what's called the Gateway Clipper. There's about 4 boats, like they're fleets,
Mm-hmm.
and you can hook parties on them and captain dinner cruises, all that kind of stuff. So we had the smallest boat, it was called the Liberty Bell. And we had the kids and their parents on there. And it was awesome. Like it was really great. And again, that was it. We proved our point. Took pictures and thought, yes, we proved our point. And then we thought, okay, we'll do it just one more time. So we did it again at a theater. And it was at that second year that we started to get like more of the vision of how it should look. By the second one, I was actually ready to end it there too. Okay, we proved our point 2 times.
It's a lot of work.
You got it. You get the point. But the third year, I'm glad we didn't start because the third year really kicked off how the show was going to be forevermore. Very glitzy and glamorous, where the kids really are the stars with the red carpet and celebrities and the production. And it's been that way. Here we are. This is the 15th show.
Wow.
So we started, I think it was like 6 categories. We have 9 categories. We have one that's for an adult. It's a Lifetime Achievement Award. We added Teacher of the Year last year. And then we have another award called the Movement Award, where we recognize an organization that has dedicated its mission to improving the lives of young people.
Beautiful.
So our total dedication mission message is really changing the narrative of young people because, Sarah, I'm sure you hear people are always saying, this generation, they're slackers, they're privileged, they're lazy. And that's not a very good way to mobilize a generation
No.
for greatness. So that is our main mission. Yes, we have the award show, but throughout the year, we provide programming and other things, other methods of support to really show young people we see you and we applaud the good things you're doing.
Orlana, when you were a kid, did you notice a difference between how they would highlight youth then versus now?
So that's actually a really awesome question. So that's the reason why it's sustained itself for so long. Because as a young person, I grew up in a low income community, but I had awesome grades, wonderful citizenship. And when I would share my accomplishments with adults, they would be like, great. Oh my gosh, your future's so bright. You're so wonderful. And somewhere in the conversation, they would say, so where do you live? And so when I would tell them my neighborhood, literally the light dimmed from their eyes. And I will always remember that feeling. So from my zip code, they had already determined that my future was bleak. And so for me, that has been the fuel of keeping the Shyne Awards going because we still do that today. Where do you live? What school do you go to? Oh, they're not great. So that has been the fuel of keeping it going up until 15 years.
Amazing. What are you focusing in on for this 15th year celebration?
Our focus will never change. This year, it's not like we have a theme or anything. It's basically 15 years celebrating young people, join the movement and helping us change the narrative.
Mm.
That is and will always be our main focus.
That. And would you say that over time you've seen that after the award ceremony, these kids have even blossomed more?
Oh my gosh, yes. And the award shows have proven to be not only networking opportunities for the young people, they've gotten together and created other fantastic things. But the one thing when we started, even from the very first one, we never thought about how it impacts the audience. So when families bring their younger peers of the person who's getting honored, how the siblings are watching their older siblings get awarded for doing good and how that impacts them to want to follow in their footsteps to one day receive a Shyne Awards. So it wasn't until maybe our fifth one that we start hearing families saying we went to the Shyne Awards and it really impacted my child's life where they shaped their whole life to one day win a Shyne Awards. So the impact from the audience, the impact of now is national to having local honorees network with other young adults from other cities is great. And again, like I said, seeing this collaboration of other projects, one of our categories is arts. So we've seen our past arts honorees come together and do these fantastic shows, these concerts. So it's just a great thing to see how they're blossoming. I want to share one thing I think is cool.
Me too.
And I'm trying to think, it might have been 2 years ago, but my husband is a reverend. And so he married our 2012 Shyne honoree with a 2013 community service Shyne honoree.
Aww.
And they just had their little baby Shyne
Oh,
a month ago, a month and a half ago. Just how for us, it's not just you get an award and we never see you again. We really like to stay in touch with them. And we're going to one of our original arts. Again, we have 9 categories. Our 2007 arts honoree, she's doing this really big dance production darn, I forgot the month, but it's coming soon. And we're gonna buy tickets to support that.
so cool.
So just to see that they're staying in touch, they're doing great things. It's just always rewarding. It's more than an award show.
It's become like a family.
It's a family, and we're transforming the narrative and lives, not only of the people who's getting awards, but those who are watching.
There's something I didn't know was your connection that your husband's really involved too. I had no idea about that. And
If it wasn't for him, there would be no Shyne Awards.
I just love like that you guys support each other 100% and that he came to you and was like, there's something here. Now, being a reverend and you being a part of your community, like how did you marry this award show into the passion that you guys have for community and faith, I'm guessing too?
Yeah, so the community work and our work in the church was always there. So it was just like a perfect fit for Shyne Awards. But when we first started Shyne Awards, it wasn't, and it still isn't billed as a Christian show. It was really just an opportunity to celebrate the accomplishments of young people. We didn't know that our love for God was shining through. People were coming to us like, can we sing hip hop at the show? And we're like, yeah, like, why do they keep asking us that? Can we play this kind of music at the show? Yeah, it's a
Sure.
show. We're
Yeah.
like, oh, you think, oh, wow, we didn't know that our whole faith was shining through. But it just played a part in what we already was doing. We obviously, not obviously, but we met in church. And so even when we were in church, we were working with the youth choir and we were part of young adult ministry. And so we were already in that vibe. And as I mentioned, his job was working with students at schools. So we were always like doing something with kids, families. So the Shyne Awards was just a bigger, more public extension of what we were already doing.
Mm. Yeah, I just love that you guys support to just the idea of like positive change for the youth. And it doesn't matter about your background. It doesn't matter what zip code you come from. This is all about celebration and highlighting those that maybe don't often, they're doing good things, but don't, they don't get that recognition that they deserve because, oh, you should be doing this because you're in high school, like you said. What's one story that really has impacted you?
Oh my goodness.
I know there's been so many for 15 years.
Many.
Mm.
One of our categories is overcoming obstacles, and that's always a tearjerker because you have these young people who, without any choice of their own, whether they were born with a defect or some type of sickness, but how when you hear their story that they push through to still make honor roll or start a business or help other people in need. And those are always impactful because especially when you didn't have that experience and you're sitting in the audience, like you didn't have a sickness or you didn't start like with the defect to navigate around and you see an individual on stage who's young that sometimes you're like, man, they have more grit and determination than I do. And I'm an adult. So those are always not only inspirational stories, but motivational that if they can push through with starting with a defect or a sickness, then what's stopping me? But those stories are always impactful to see how, and even if it's a physical disability or defect or something, how they even talk about how they had to navigate bullying, and maybe now they had a anti-bullying campaign or support group at their school or something like that, where it's always like this shift of I could have felt sorry for myself, but I turned it around to help other people. So those stories are always really good. Last year, we honored a young person who she is wheelchair bound just from a birth defect she was born with, but she has a online show that talks about being positive all the time.
Oh, wow.
And so she was one of our honorees that, again, she could have found any reason to be like, just, oh, it's me, but she uses YouTube to spread positivity every week.
Wow. It's amazing. Yeah. It really does have you take, and also probably for the adults, it has you take a look into your own life.
Exactly. Like I'm watching you, you're 12. You had so much already stacked against you and you wrote a book. Like we had someone that wrote 2 books.
Wow.
And you're sitting in the audience, like, let me see. But like, I didn't have that same experience, and what's stopping me from doing whatever that is, whether it's writing a book or starting a podcast or whatever. Like, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
But yeah, those
Mhm.
honors are always inspirational.
For the Shyne Awards coming up literally right around the corner, what are you guys going to, or I should say, are there companies that are collaborating with you through this process? I know that you have a radio network that you work with too, or a TV, or I'm sorry, you have a broadcast network that you work with?
We have a media sponsor. So in our city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so we have two radio stations that's supporting us. We get the bulk of our funding from corporate sponsors and individual donations. So if you're interested in donating, it is the shyneawards.org, and we spell shine with a Y. But we get a lot of support from churches and schools and other grassroots organizations, again, that have like-minded missions of inspiring young people. And as I mentioned, we have several categories, if I can share them really quickly.
Yeah.
We will be honoring individuals in the arts, academics, community service and ministry, entrepreneurship, STEM, overcoming obstacles, participation in a young adult group, the Movement Award, which recognizes the organization. As I mentioned, we have adult awards, Lifetime Achievement and Teacher of the Year.
Right.
So we will be celebrating the positive accomplishments of young people this year. It's Saturday. No, it's not Saturday. It's Sunday, August 4th, and we will be at the beautiful Pittsburgh Playhouse. We keep tickets very low because we want families to come. And what's also great, as you mentioned, we do have partners. So a lot of times partners will buy tickets in bulk so that organizations can bring their kids to the Shyne Awards. But I love that our city has nicknamed it the Grammys for Teens, because it
Oh,
really very much is flashy with the red carpet and the interviews and the media support, where these kids really are stars for that night. And it's just great to just bump into them, to hear how the Shine Awards really gave them confidence to just take risks and try new things. She was one of our early academic awardees. And she said at the time, she wasn't even going to apply for college. She thought she wasn't college material, but she was getting like straight A's in high school. So when she got a Shine Award, she was like, "Look, apply to college." And I'm not sure if she has it now, but when I spoke to her last year, she was applying for a PhD. Yeah, so it's like you just don't know, where you think it's an award, but how it really can motivate a person to want more for themselves and their community.
that's so incredible.
He actually let me see, I think she manages a youth group, like her family owns a youth group, and so now she's running it. So
Wow.
just seeing that is great.
I
But
love,
it's so good. This is success stories. We've had young people that wanted to be a model, that said, I want to be a model, and to see them modeling. Or I want to be an artist, and to see them recording. It was like, oh my gosh, I remember when you were just starting at the Shine Awards.
yeah. Orlana, I just love hearing all these success stories too. And it's just beautiful. Now, I know that you're in charge of organizing everything, but you're also a fabulous interviewer, have your own show. Are you emceeing the event or do you have someone else? Do you interview the kids?
Yeah, we normally bring in an MC. So over the years, it's been celebrities, or we've used local celebrities, like on air anchors, like news anchors. So no, so I've not. I'm normally in the back.
Make sure everything's organized, going smoothly. Yeah, you
I'm
need
off to
that.
the side. Okay, let's go. But what was your question? I'm sorry, I forgot.
No, I was asking if you MC or
Oh
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
interview the kids or anything, but I wasn't sure because you're in charge of the big
Yeah,
picture.
no, I'm in the back. I'm in charge of big picture. But we have, as I mentioned, our media partners. They interview the kids. We also do pre-interviews of them before the show.
Right.
And then we always have, if it's not a past Shine honoree, we have again a local celebrity as our red carpet correspondent. But
Oh,
it's
neat.
And we love that. When we first started, we didn't mandate that the kids dress up because we didn't want that pressure. But the third one, an adult said, you should have the kids dress up because these awards are really nice. Like nothing is cheap. Like the awards look great. Like everything it looks really good. So they're like, you should have the kids dress up. So we were just like, just wear a nice dress, pair of pants, nice. And these kids, oh my gosh, like I had to step up my game because
Dolled up.
I was like, oh, so now it's a fashion show. And we still have our letter the same where we just say, hey, just look nice. But when they see, I guess, the pictures and stuff, they come with their A game. They're glamorous. So
I
it's,
love
it's
it. Beautiful. Oh, I always love to ask, especially for people that are in charge of such large things. Stress comes into play. It can be overwhelming, but it also has its purpose. So I wanted to ask you, how has stress saved your life?
okay. So at one point early in the game, stress was taking my life because I did not know how to balance having my own business. Like it wasn't like it was a business and I was making baskets. It was a business where I was doing this public show and we had celebrities and people were coming to it. So I early on was not handling the stress well at all, unfortunately, like horribly, to the point that one day my husband was like, you're going to have to decide if this is what you want to do because you're straight up like I'm watching you kill yourself. So I don't remember. Oh, so early in my life, but when he said that, it made me remember the words of an assistant that I had. And she used to always say when things got tough, she always would say, it has to get done. That was just her thing. It was like, we got this. And she was always like, it's going to get done. And I thought, you know what? Let me implement that because whether I do two things on my to-do list, five things, one thing, it's going to get done. So give yourself some grace, calm it down. And so that's how I navigate my stress now. It's
Mm.
going to get done. It has no choice but to get done. So get rest, eat, call a friend, take a walk. It's going to get done. So stress, that's how I manage my stress now. And I will say stress in a good way keeps me on my toes.
Mm.
I'm double checking, I'm making sure because it has to be right because not only is my name on it, but I really want the people in attendance and those who we are serving to be proud that they went to the Shyne Awards or that they won a Shyne Awards.
Yeah. Wow. I'm so grateful for you being here. This has been such a wonderful chat. And, I learned a little bit more too. I'm always surprised how much, especially when I'm friends with the person, how much I learned. And I want you to remind everyone where they can go, get their tickets, how they can become a partner, and the date.
Yes, we love partners and we have partners all over the world. So if you would love to partner with us, just visit theshyneawards.org. We spell shine with a Y. You can also call us at 1-855-55-SHYNE. And the Shyne Awards is Sunday, August 4th. We'll be downtown Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh Playhouse, which is beautiful. And just join us. The red carpet ceremony starts at 5 p.m. and the show starts at 6:15. It runs about an hour and a half, and it's just family fun.
Beautiful. Everyone, please make sure too to connect with Orlana. Orlana, how can they find you? I know your show, the O Show.
Yes, the O Show with Orlana Darkins Drewery is on iHeartRadio media platform, but I'm also on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as the Shyne Awards. It's the Shyne Awards. So we're on all social media platforms. You can't miss us.
Love it. Because you guys shine. Of course. And everyone, please share with me your takeaways. If you live in the Pittsburgh area or feel like traveling, go check them out. Like I said, partner with them. She shared everywhere where you can find them. And it will also be in our show notes. So please connect. And remember to be kind to yourself on this self-love journey. Until next week, have a beautiful day.